Let's hit the cookie trail. Your adventure starts here. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. This adorable hiking boot cookie cutter is from Wildflower Cutters, and I've linked it in the description. And so I've baked up my cookies, and I'm just going to start by using my scribe, or you can use an edible marker to kind of make an outline of where I want things to go. I've got a picture of the cutter nearby for reference, and I'm just going to scratch in the details before I start flooding my cookie. And if you decide to do this too, make sure you wipe away any crumbs. And as easy as that, I've scratched out a pattern of where I want things to go on the cookie. So I'll start by grabbing my tan colored royal icing in about a 15, maybe a little more than a 15-second consistency. It's a little thicker than I usually am working with, but that's okay. I can make it work, and I'm just going to outline and flood in the main part of the boot. So I've got a pretty good size hole cut here in my piping bag. I don't generally outline with a big fat hole like this, but for this cookie, it's just fine. So go ahead and outline it, and then I'm flooding it in with the exact same icing. I'm going to go all the way to the edge because I'm not anywhere near the edge of the cookie, so there's not any worry that it's going to run off. And then I'll use my scribe to shape it a little more and settle this icing down. It's going to take me a minute because it is a little bit thicker than a 15-second consistency. And if you don't know what I mean when I'm talking about a 15-second royal icing consistency, I'll link a video on that as well. And so I let that dry for about 20 minutes, and now I'm just going to come back in and pipe in the toe of the shoe here. We'll use our scribe to settle this down as well, and then I'll set this aside to dry completely. I'm making these cookies for my daughter's birthday. She really is into hiking and nature, and I'm really hoping that she'll love these cookies. So now that my cookies dried completely, I'm just going to squeeze out a generous amount of icing on top. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush that's very slightly dampened. I've wiped all the excess water off on a paper towel. I'm just going to start by kind of moving this icing around and getting it to cover all of the areas that we've already piped. I want to create a suede-like look on my cookie. And so right now I'm just going to distribute the icing so it's everywhere. And then I'm going to use an up and down motion and just tap up and down all around the cookie until I get a nice suede looking pattern on my cookie. So that's why I needed my cookie to be completely dry. I didn't want to tap up and down here and create any holes in the icing. And so I'm just going to tap up and down, and making sure that I get the edges as well, wiping off my brush when it gets an accumulation of too much icing on it. And if all of the icing is just sticking to your brush and it's coming up off the cookie, go ahead and get it wet again, wiping off all the excess water. And once you have it finished looking the way you want, go ahead and grab your dark brown icing or your black icing or whatever color you want to use for the sole of your hiking boot, and go ahead and outline and flood in the sole. I love this chocolate brown color. It really came out exactly the shade I wanted it to, and I wish I knew exactly what I did to make it this color because it's a hard color for me to achieve. And as always, grab your scribe or your toothpick and settle this icing down. We don't want a crater in this area, so you want to make sure you pop any air bubbles that might be lurking under the surface. And you also want to make sure that the icing's not sitting up on top of your outline, but instead it's getting all the way down to the cookie so that it won't sink as it dries. So then I set my cookie aside to dry again, and I'm coming back in now with my green icing. It's a little stiffer of a consistency, maybe a 25-second consistency. It's a detailed consistency. And I'm just going to squeeze a big ball, stop squeezing, and then drag it in towards the center of the cookie. And that will create my leaf. And for the leaves over here, because they're down a little bit on the cookie and then I'm coming up onto the boot, I'm going to pipe a big ball at the start. And then I'll stop squeezing, and then I'll use my scribe to kind of shape this a little bit. And again, because the icing is going uphill, you really want to make sure it's a thicker consistency so it doesn't all just run off your cookie. And then I'll make one more big leaf over here in the middle of the cookie. I'm just going to pipe a big ball, and then I'll grab my scribe and shape it into a leaf by dragging up the top and dragging down the bottom of the ball. And then I'm not sure the stems of these leaves are going to show behind the flower, but I decided to go ahead and go up to the top and create little stems for these leaves. And this icing is a darker green. I'm using 3 different colors of green to do this. And then I went ahead and started piping in the leaves at the top of the cookie, but I shouldn't have done this. I should have waited until after I made the shoelaces. So I'm actually going to pause the video here and cut over to where I did the shoelaces, and then we'll come back over and we'll pipe the rest of the leaves together. But before doing any of the leaves by the tongue of the shoe, I should have done the shoelaces. And my white icing here is about a 20-second consistency, and I'm just going to touch down, lift up, go across the tongue, touch down again. And I'm going to keep doing that until I get to the top of the shoe. So I'll continue to crisscross my laces, making an X pattern until I get to the top. Use your scribe to settle down any peaks or bumps. And then when you get to the top, go ahead and make a little lace that's dangling all the way down to the bottom of the shoe, or wherever you want your shoelace to end. And it doesn't really matter what it looks like here. I just made a little wavy line. And this is what I should have done before piping these leaves. So now that the laces are done, let them dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can come back in and pipe these leaves right over the top of those laces. And then go ahead and set the cookie aside to dry for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And then I have a petal tip that I've smashed flat, so there's not really a wider end at one side. It's pretty even. And my icing here is really stiff. It's a super stiff consistency right out of the mixer stiff, or maybe even stiffer depending on what your recipe is. And I'm just going to touch down with my piping bags pretty much straight up and down and squeeze out a roughly edge. If I touch down and wiggle my piping bag as I'm spinning the cookie turntable, it'll make more of a jagged, ruffled edge. And so I'll just touch down again and continue going around. And as I get out to the outer row of petals, each layer that I do, I'll be angling my piping bag out more, so it's not straight up and down anymore, it's more sideways. And I'll just keep going around and filling it in until I have it the way I like it. If I need to tuck anything under something else, I'll take a dampened paintbrush and I'll just wipe off all the excess water and then tuck it up underneath. And then I'm just going to make little black dots right where the laces meet at the edge of the tongue. And then this cookie will be almost done. I'm going to add a couple of more really light colored leaves. So I've got a stiff consistency green icing here, and I'm going to press my seam flat with the seam side up of my piping bag and then cut at an angle. And then I'm going to grab a paper towel and just practice a little bit before going on to my cookie. So I'm just going to do a roughly line going up, stop squeezing and turn around and then squeeze again while I make a roughly line going down. So wiggle your piping bag as you're going up, and then turn the corner and go back down. And do the same thing right on your cookie, tucking it underneath that rose. So squeeze, stop squeezing, turn the corner, and then squeeze some more. And again, if you jiggle your piping bag kind of back and forth as you're going up and down, it'll give it that nice ruffled look. So squeeze, jiggle, jiggle, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So go up and then come back down. And here's our finished hiking boot cookie. So tell me, what kind of adventure would these boots take you on? Let me know in the comments. For me, I just need to put them on and get out of the cookie studio. But to be honest, that's never going to happen. Too many cookies and not enough time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.